Hello again, everyone. Welcome back. In this technical analysis of the stock market video, I call it There's a Storm Brewing. And we're going to talk about that. Indexes are extended, volatility is low, unconfirmed moves higher, and we're approaching one of the worst months of the year for the stock market, the month of September. All right, so let's dive in and look. We're going to drill in at the S&P 500 today. Then we're going to look at the VIX, look at the high-low indicator and see what it's telling us, and then do an update on GBTC, the Bitcoin ETF, and Ethereum, ETHE, the Ethereum ETF. All right, so here's the snapshot for the week ending August 13th, Friday the 13th. So we have the Dow sitting at all-time highs, the S&P 500 sitting at all-time highs. The NASDAQ was down slightly. They were both up for the week, and the NASDAQ was down slightly this last week in here. A little bit of a tight, kind of an inside type candle here on the NASDAQ composite. All right, let's go back and take a look at the S&P 500. The S&P was up 7.17 on Friday, up 31.48 for the week. Now, the interesting thing, look at this little candle in here. This is the tightest trading range, the most compressed trading. The high and low was 7.55 points between high and low on Friday, the most compressed trading in over a year and a half. Now, I've often talked about when you get compression, then that leads to expansion. You get expansion, and then it compresses. It just cycles back and forth. So we'll see what we get, but we're getting really, really close in here. We're going to talk about what I think is coming next here. Let's take a look at the Elliott wave picture. Okay, let me pull that up. Let's go here, and let me get this aligned for you and get this a little bit in sync. Okay, so here's where I think we are. Let me start with the weekly view. Okay, so let's just focus on coming off that March 2020 low. This is my most current analysis. Here's what I think is happening. I think we are either at the end, the top of minor wave 3. Again, what are we looking for in this fifth intermediate wave up? We are looking for 5 waves to complete the motive wave cycle, okay? The up cycle. Wave 1 up, wave 2 back, very shallow for wave 2, which makes me suspicious on wave 4. How deep are we going to get? I mean, typically you target a 38% retracement for wave 4. Okay, so right now we're just not quite sure. Are we there, or are we almost there on wave 3? I think we're very, very close, and then we're going to get this corrective move down here on wave 4. So Am I telling you because we're going to sell? Am I saying, hey, go short everybody right now? No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying this, be alert, watch for the price to start to break down, because I think the timing is getting very, very close. What do I think we're going to move into? Do I think it's going to crash? No, I don't think we're crashing here. I think we're going into a corrective pattern, and I think that corrective pattern may last something like 13 weeks or so. That's what I'd be looking for. And then we're talking about as I mentioned, 38% retracement. And, let me go back to focus on that 38% retracement. Let me show you this. Okay, so let me show you where this is right now. If I can get this to cooperate. Why is that not doing? Let me fix that. Okay, here we go. I finally got this thing fixed a little bit. So a 38% retracement, and again, what are we talking about? We're talking about as a percent of the wave 3. So you take 38% of wave 3, that would be one of my targets, 39.87 on a pullback in here. And right now, I'm thinking it's going to take about 13 weeks to do that. Then we have one more push and wave to the upside in here, and actually it may be even higher. So one wave at a time. This is what we're focused on. We're watching for a breakdown, then we're looking for the corrective action, and you just don't know for sure what kind of form is this going to take. All I know is I'm looking for around 13 weeks on the pullback. Okay, so that's the weekly view. Here's a little bit more of the daily view. Here's why I think we're getting close. I think we're in an expanding ending diagonal pattern for this last wave in here. And this is blue. This is meant to be this fifth wave right here, the fifth minuet level wave. Okay, and so zigzag pattern, a little zigzag in here. If you drill down, take a look at the hourly, you got a zigzag. And when you have an expanding, wave 3 needs to be greater than wave 1. It is. Wave 4 needs to overlap wave 1 and be greater than 2. It is. Wave 5, right here, little I5 here, needs to be greater than wave 3. And it actually is slightly there, okay, right now. So we could push up a little bit higher and then we flip, but that's what I'm going to be watching for. Okay, so that is the picture here with the S&P 500. You know, I think we're getting in. So what's the storm? This is the potential storm. And what's it going to look like? I don't know. I mean, for sure, is it going to look like this back over here from January into April? Or is it going to look like this? I don't think it's going to be quite this severe, but again, here's the thing. We were very shallow on wave 2, looking for a deeper on wave 4, but no guarantees. Okay, just as this is a target. That's what I'm looking at. Okay, so that is the S&P 500. Let's take a look at the VIX and see what it's telling us. And I want to look right here. Actually, oh, I know. I want to go to the daily view. There we go. All right, so where are we? We closed 1545 on Friday. It's the second lowest close of the year. The only one that was slightly lower was on July 2nd. So we're getting this compression, we're getting this calm. What's the VIX telling you? It's the volatility on at-the-money S&P 500 options. So it's telling you volatility has really died off, really got to the calm before the storm. So we'll watch and see, you know, if we start to break down and this is going to turn and rip to the upside. Let's take a look at our high lows and see what that's telling us about the market. And on the New York Stock Exchange, here's the net of the high lows each day. So 52-week highs minus 52-week lows, and you can see the peak occurred back here in the early May. And then we've just had lower highs and we've been gradually coming down. We closed a positive 113 on Friday. But when we take a look at the NASDAQ, it was minus 117. And we're getting the same kind of picture on the NASDAQ, although it looks a lot weaker to me on the NASDAQ. All right, that is the picture there with that indicator. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. Okay, here's GBTC. It was up $1.50 on Friday and $2.36 for the week. Let's focus on the weekly view. I think we've turned higher. And right now, based on just GBC's price action alone, here's the bigger picture. Let me just zoom out. This is all I've got on it. Okay, so I think we're in the fifth intermediate wave of minor wave 3. Or, I'm sorry, primary wave 3. Okay, up. So I think we're pushing higher, pushing in the up cycle here. Here's my caveat on this. Let's take a look at the, if I overlay the cycle of Bitcoin, and what do I mean by that? The actual Bitcoin itself started trading in 2011. All right, so Bitcoin came and peaked near the end here of 2014, had this very strong pullback, and then this is when GBTC started trading. Okay, and then we had this big push up here. So here's what I think could be happening if we put this in sync with Bitcoin, because again, what is GBTC? It's really kind of a derivative, right? It's it's a derivative of Bitcoin because it's based on Bitcoin. So right now, I'm giving the benefit to the bulls here in the cycle that says we're in one last fifth cycle wave move up. Okay, and that we are in primary wave 3 of 5 if we are overlapping and putting GBTC in sync with Bitcoin. Now, if that's going to happen, we need to take out this high right here. And what is that high? That high is 58.22 on GBTC. I think if we take out that high, we are off and running. The caveat, the alternate count is, okay, this ended here. The fifth wave ended here because you can clearly see 5 waves. I'm just not sure that's a big enough wave cycle in here for Bitcoin. So we're giving the benefit to the doubt to the bulls. And this is the picture when you wrap it in with the Bitcoin cycle. Here's the picture if I just look at GBTC. So that's what we're looking at. Let's quickly look at Ethereum. Okay, right off the bat, I'm going to tell you, I have not done the same thing with Ethereum. I have not overlapped all the trading of Ethereum. I really have only looked at ETHE, just the ETF in here. And right now, this is the way it looks. I think we're in a third primary wave up. And within that third primary wave, we're in the third intermediate wave. So we're in a third of a third. And actually, even if you drill down and take a look at the minor waves within that third intermediate wave, we're in the third of a third of a third, which is usually the strongest move up. So looking for this to continue up. The little caution I'd give you, though, is we could be getting ready. I mean, we've had 4 up weeks in a row. Now we could be getting a little pullback. We could run into some chop. We'll see. I mean, look at the primary wave 1. You know, here's the 5 waves. You know, you do get your pullbacks in here. We'll see how much further we get before we get a pullback. But that's the picture I've got on Ethereum. These are just placeholders. I'm not predicting. Don't look at this and say, oh, Joe's thinking it's going to go to 82 on wave 3 and all the way up here over 130 on wave 4. No, I'm not saying that. Right now, this is a path forward. I'm expecting us to keep pushing here on Ethereum as a part of a wave 3. That's what I'm looking at, and we'll see how the waves unfold for further prediction. Okay, that's it for this video. If you felt like the video was helpful, give it a thumbs up. And if you're not a subscriber to the YouTube channel, hit that little subscriber button. And if you'd like more of this kind of information, we talk about all of this every day over at joehenches.net. Head on over to that website, check it out, and check out the membership. Everyone have a great week. We'll talk to you on the next video.